Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to Hearthstone Blackrock Mountain. The latest expansion is out, and I, for one, am very excited to get to it. Mainly because there are a lot of dwarves involved, and any excuse to talk like a dwarf is one I am going to take voraciously. And any excuse to use the word voraciously is one I am going to take ravenously. You see where I'm going with this. So what we're going to do to start with is the first wing of the Blackrock Mountain, which in WoW was a series of dungeons and raids, one of the first in the game years ago, and they are very fondly remembered. And we're going to begin with the Blackrock Depths, which were a series of caverns owned by black iron dwarves and various other nasty beasts. So, our first challenge...
Dwarves are enslaved by Ragnaros. Fight through them to reach the Fire Lord.
Is the Grim Guzzler. Thank you, Nefarian, by the way, who is a black dragon, but we'll get to him in later wings. So we start with the Grim Guzzler. Pylon. Put a minion from each deck into the battlefield. Ooh, that is cool. So the Grim Guzzler, then, was an actual bar that you got to in the dungeon, and you had to start a bar fight, at which point hundreds of dwarves would pile on you, and you had to have this massive, cool, clashing battle. So I do like that the hero power is representing that. Ooh, this is a cool arena. I am fired up right here. The Grim Guzzler, of course, was the name of the pub/bar that this happened in. So, I guess since we're going to have minions constantly put on the field, you kind of want to build a deck that just has loads of big minions in. But I think because this is normal mode and we're experiencing it, we could probably get away with what we have going for us. Annoyingly, we do draw two of the biggest minions in the deck to start with, so that's a little bit irritating. I am just going to raise this just a little bit, you know, just a tad, as we end our turn. So I assume he's always going to do Pylon. I get Zombie Chow versus Spiteful Smith. I am a little bit spiteful about that, and Alakir I draw. Literally, the three biggest minions in this deck, and I draw them in my opening hand against someone who constantly puts minions on the field. I'm finding this a little bit unfair, I will admit, and in a rage to kill a totem, not incredible by him there, but certainly fine. I guess we're going to trade there. I just am a little bit salty that happened. Alright, what is next? This is so cool though. Dark Iron Skulker, one of the new rogue cards. Good to see it. Though I have a feeling, yeah, in fact, you know, I might just restart this one because this is monumentally unlucky. Alright, well, we are simply going to Lightning Storm here and hope that we do at least a competent amount of damage, which we do manage to do. In fact, we clear his board here, so maybe I can still bring this through. I like to always beat these challenges with just my deck, as opposed to building a deck specifically for it. So this is why I want to stick this out, I do. Although we've got to see this, we just have to.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. Can we threaten him, though? No, he's just too blind drunk to understand the horrible situation he's in. Flame Tongue and Barongeddon. Barongeddon, a little bit effective there, I would say. Just a slight bit on the effective side of things. That is a little bit irritating. Here we go once more. This is such a cool boss fight. We get our other Flame Tongue, though a Force Tank Max and a 4/8 for 6 mana that always wins brawls. That's a little bit good as well. So we're going to use our other Hex there. We're going to kill that. We don't actually want to play this technically, but I am going to do just to put more stuff on the board. Rockbiter is actually a pretty good draw then. Alright, let's see who is getting piled on now. My other Haunted Creeper, and then we have another Grim Patron. Gee guys, I wonder who is going to win this brawl. I actually have no idea. That is a surprise. That is a surprise to me right there. So this is a very interesting fight. Clearly you want a deck that's just big minions, but you also want the spells to complement that. So Shaman's probably pretty good at this, actually. We're going to play Dr. Boom just because, you know, it's Dr. Boom. It can trade with the Bouncer and survive. Pile on, and Fire Elemental is not at all bad to get. Yes, we don't get the Battle Cry, but we at least get one of our solid bodies in the deck, and that was very fortuitous. Grim Patron, another new card, very, very cool. In fact, I'm going to show you what its effect does, just because I kind of feel like that's awesome. So there we go, it summons another Grim Patron. So we'll get rid of the Bouncer. We are going to play Alakia, we are going to Rockbiter Alakia, and we are going to push some serious damage through to the face of Corran Dire Brew here. I mean, I'm not surprised I'm beating a literally drunk dwarf, so that's okay. But I'm a little bit concerned as we get towards the end and face the Emperor. They're in trouble. Phalanx, get him! You can try with your phalanxes, mate, but you're not gonna win. Because Alakia, bring it home.
I don't like it, but it's happening anyway!
Fantastic. So for beating him,
Guzzler. I'll draw.
we get our double Grim Patron. So that is great. Next up we have... Who is he?
Arena. Oh, this should be a good test of your abilities, mortal.
Okay, jeering crowd, summon a 1/1 spectator with taunt, that's okay. So the Dark Iron Arena is a very interesting location. In the dungeon, you get to it, and it's basically the arena of justice. You are tried by being in the arena, and if you survive and win, then your innocence is proven, or at least that's the theory. Mainly you still just get constantly assassinated over and over, but in theory, it's supposed to be a justice place for the dwarves. But of course, because the dwarves in question are taken over and like subjugated by Ragnaros the Fire Lord, it's a little bit skewed, I would say. So he's obviously going to instantly start summoning jeering crowds. So I'm glad I've got these early game ways of...
Legends of Azeroth versus a single adventurer.
Brilliant. Alright, let's see what his message is. Greetings!
Nobody can survive against all these legends.
Ooh.
Next up, the Banana Master himself, King Mukla.
Ah, so this is the deck gimmick of... the arena here. His deck is going to be entirely legendaries, isn't it? Which is really, really freaking cool. So we'll just totem for now. This guy is probably going to waste his attack on the healing totem, which is absolutely fine by no. He's going face. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So that's why he can summon a 1/1 with Taunt, to protect all the legendaries that are going to constantly be trying to kill him. So I guess for now we will just summon another totem, because we'll likely get a Taunt totem. We do indeed. And then next turn, I'm probably just going to Loatheb, because I don't want to overload myself for the Fire Elemental, because... the Fire Elemental is going to be very important for this. So Shaman is a very, very good deck to be facing the arena with, because the healing totem means that you can constantly batter your way through 1/1s and not really have it stand against you. Though we are reaching the kind of mana level where he's going to start dropping big bad guys after big bad guys, so I do need to hurry up and start killing him. So I guess you really want the fastest deck possible against the arena.
Eyeballs when you've got twin warglaives? Certainly not Illidan Stormrage!
Welcome to the field, Illidan. A little bit pointless, I'll admit, but welcome to the field. You know, honestly, you are trying your best, but Dr. Boom... that's a zombie chow. That's not Dr. Boom, but Loatheb, everybody, in the building! Did waste a fair amount of damage there, but I'm just going to accept it and hit him in the face. Did I miss lethal? 2, 4... No, I didn't quite miss lethal.
Eternal hatred just for you. Please welcome Sylvanus Windrunner!
Well, there we go. So I wonder what you can do with this board then. We have eggs. We can hatch them into whelps, so that's great. We can turn off the fire, mess with the lava, heat everything up, and then I think we are pretty much about to win the game. So that is very, very nice. In fact, I don't even need to play Alakir. So that was a fairly easy one. Can we mess with Ragnaros's hammer here? Sulfurous it's called, and it was a legendary weapon in World of Warcraft. So I turned on all the runes. It goes down. Does anything happen after that? Do we get a mini Ragnaros coming out? Because that would be absolutely hilarious. Okay, and then we can mess with the anvil. Fair enough. Alright, Lothar, bring it home. Nax, destroying the Blackrock Mountain. Cool, so this is going fairly well so far. Not incredibly challenging.
And Ragnaros will soon be purged from this mountain.
Alright, Nefarion.
Purge you scaly whelp!
I love that they have a rivalry going on. And then we have Gang Up, the new rogue card. Okay, next up then, Emperor
Emperor
Thaurissan.
Thaurissan summoned Ragnaros into this world. Please, destroy him.
Power of the Fire Lord, deal 30 damage? Jeez, okay. So I'm assuming then he is the leader of all Dark Iron Dwarves, setting stuff on fire. Beautiful. So I imagine how this is going to work is if I don't have something on the field, I just die to his hero power.
Iron Dwarf will never fall!
And then he actually has his wife as a card on the field. So I'm going to keep these. I need early game drops. The Haunted Creeper comes back as 2 things. That's more targets. Though I feel like we are going to Moira
Leave my
Bronzebeard.
wife alone!
Thaurissan's hero power can't be used. Never attacks minions unless they have taunt. Ah, okay. So that makes more sense, actually. It's in my best interest to leave Moira alive for the entire duration of the fight. So I can't use taunts, and I can't use AoE. So that's very, very interesting. I do very much like that as a mechanic, actually. So, Sludge Belcher, I can't really play, but I like this. I think it's much more fun to take your actual deck that you're happy with and just throw it against these guys and adapt and change on the fly to what you think you need. This is awkward because the Unstable Ghoul is clearly going to immediately kill Bronzebeard after enough uses. So I guess actually bringing a buff to use on your opponents is not really a bad decision at all against a Emperor Thaurissan fight. I imagine Heroic is very, very deadly here. So basically my plan is I kind of just have to kill him as hard as possible. Draw 2 cards and gain 4 armor. Now imagine that in Warrior. That would be excellent. We do have Alakir, which right now isn't terribly useful, but in terms of a finisher, it will very much become one. I was a little bit terrified that I'd got a taunt there, but then I realized it has no attack, so it doesn't matter that Moira is going to be slowly destroying through it. Okay, well that was very effectively used. That was pretty damn good there. We actually get Rockbiter as well, which is very much ideal to this situation. We're going to Lothar, and we're simply going to attack again. If I can get to 9 mana, play Alakir, he goes to 5. Oh, we have Alakir double Rockbiter. This may be exactly what we need to bring this home. There's the second Unstable Ghoul. That is very much not good. Like, really not good. But there's not really much I can do about it. I don't have a Silence. I don't have a Hex. She still has 1 health, but I am scared of something like a Whirlwind happening here. Like, very, very scared. I can't really play any of these cards right now. I'm going to kill that, summon this, and then depending on what I get, drop Flame Tongue in the middle in preparation for next turn having a Alakir super finish, because I can do 16 damage that is fine. The War Golem is completely irrelevant. I may be able to bring this home and clear out the boss. That would be awesome. Let's have a look what he's going to reply to us with.
Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you.
See, the thing about Emperor Thaurissan is in the dungeon, he is actually a coward. He hides on his throne and forces all of his minions to attack you first and only fights you if you absolutely provoke him. So he, he appears to be strong, but he does like to hide behind his wife there. So 7 and 9 plus 10, it's not quite enough here. So I am going to simply totem again. Hope that we don't get taunt. We do, but that's not actually the end of the world. I'm just going to do this, and then next turn we do have the ability to basically just go for it. Though we really need to hope that somehow Moira survives this turn. I mean, both unstable ghouls are gone, so we're basically looking at Whirlwinds, or the new warrior card, Revenge. Magma Rager! This guy, what a noob! What an absolute noob at this game. Emperor Thaurissan, Shadow Madness. Doesn't make a blind bit of difference. I'm not entirely sure why he did that. So, 8 damage, 16... I cannot play Dr. Boom, because if it hits Moira, I'm just dead. I can't really do anything to that. So once this goes to 5, then 8, then 12, then I can do a lot of damage. But right now, there's not much I can actually play. That healing totem is actually kind of useful. We'll get rid of the Magma Rage, although it's not really that necessary. So next turn, the ideal, I suppose, is that the Flame Tongue... damn. So we need a way to do this last 8 damage without killing Moira and without playing a taunt. That's the new Paladin card, a really good potential card. Draws cards depending on the amount of minions that died this turn is its cost. So that's really, really lovely. Getting Fire Elemental here is pretty damn sweet. We can get rid of that pretty easily. We can totem quite nicely. Shaman is again pretty damn good against this because a Stoneclaw totem is a very nice thing for Moira to be attacking. Magma Rager is fine. This is good. So 6, and then... ooh, we have ourselves a Leponome as well. We are slowly being beaten down here. I kind of want to Whirlwind, but I will lose. I think Ice Block Mage is probably very effective as well. So I do need to kill this, so we're going to do that. Going to do 6 damage here. Put him to 19, and then I guess the real major thing is that I can't really do much else. I'm going to totem 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If he does 4 damage from his hand, I am just kind of dead. I mean, if I play Dr. Boom, what are the chances that one of the boom bots kills Moira? That's the real thing I'm wondering. We'll see what happens here. This might be one that we need to have a second attempt on and a little bit of a rejig. The Imp Gang boss does not worry me at all. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Solemn Vigil's absolutely fine. If this Fire Elemental survives, we can actually bring this home, which would be lovely. Oh, hey, alright then, everybody. Alakir, the Wing Lord. The Wing Lord? He is the Lord of all wings. Double Rock Biter. Fire Elemental. In fact, no, we'll kill him with a Fire Elemental, because I think it's amusing for him to die to fire. And there we go. Emperor Thaurissan defeated. Lovely. A nice bit of dwarf
You should have slain that other dwarf. Leave none alive.
Shh, Nefarian, shush. She's just, she's innocent in all this. And then Resurrect, a potentially very cool card. And then the reward for completing the wing is making Emperor Thaurissan, in a cruel twist of irony, your very own card, and getting the powerfulest card in the set straight away. That is good. And we have Hunter and Mage Class Challenge. Guys, watch the Mage Class Challenge video. Seriously, it is unstable portal only. It is so cool. Either way, guys, that is the Blackrock Depths completed and the Dark Iron Dwarves stopped. Fantastic adventure so far. I hope you enjoyed this. My name has been Rage. Remember to like if you enjoyed this. It really does help support it, and we can really make some good Hearthstone stuff happen. And subscribe for more. And goodbye.